Hi Aries. So I just did a love reading for you guys, but now we're going to do your spiritual reading. Sorry, these are a little bit late, but we're going to go ahead and get started. For Aries. All right, we have fish, abundance. Oh, I'm sorry, intuition. We have snail, persistence. Snake, energetic movement. Oh, okay, we got two. We have sun, vitality, and feather, faith. So, I mean, this is very, very clear. You guys are intuitively being pulled in a new direction. You know the path that you're meant to be walking on. There's something you're destined to have or experience or achieve. But there's also this sense of it's not gonna happen right away. So this path that you're on, it feels like you're gonna have to be very persistent and, have faith in yourself and in the universe, and trust your intuition here and keep going, even if you're not gonna see results right away. It feels like this is one of those situations where you have to take a few steps and actually take action towards this before it manifests itself, before you get to where you're meant to be at. I hope that makes sense. With vitality and sun here, this is very destined. This is where you're meant to be, and whenever you're doing what you are destined to do, you're always going to feel alive and energetic. I always say this, but it's like we're all born next to a sun, next to a light, and the further we move from it, the further we move from our destiny and what we're meant to be doing, it gets colder and darker. And oftentimes people have something happen to them that kind of throws them back and makes them realize, like, whoa, I'm not meant to be here. I've moved way too far away from my destiny, from my soul's purpose. And it feels like whatever this is for you guys is right at that sun, at that light. It fuels you, it energizes you, it feels right. But again, there's this sense of you might want to see results right away, but it's going to require a little bit of patience before you actually get to it. So really have faith here. Trust the universe. Trust yourself. You're on the right path. All right, let's see. We have the Five of Swords, the Three of Wands, the Six of Wands. So for you guys, like that story I was telling you in the beginning, or the example of being, when you're on the right path and doing what you're destined to do, you always have that light and life and abundance. But it feels like for you guys, you have moved a little bit too far away from where you were meant to be at. And so you may have experienced that point where like something falls apart, something doesn't work out, because the universe is trying to redirect you and is trying to show you, like, hey, we're not meant to be here. This isn't for us. So however this resonates, something fell apart. this could be a marriage, this could be a job. It could even be that you guys were trying to buy a house and it fell through, or like you're renting a place and you have to move out, and there's something, it feels very significant. So it's probably not someone that you've been talking to for like a month. You know, this is something much more significant in your life that fell apart and kind of pushed you out of your comfort zone. But because of that, you kind of had to really trust your intuition and look within to decide, like, where do I go from here? What do I do now? And it feels like you are choosing to trust your intuition, and you have taken a few steps down the path. If you haven't, and you're still at this place where you're kind of like, oh, what do I do from here? Where do I go from here? Trust your intuition, meditate, you know, get yourself in a calm state, take out a piece of paper with the intention of, you know, set the intention of like, show me where to go. Where do I go next? And let your hand write. Put the pen on the paper and just let it write. You get the most incredible messages and answers. That's my favorite way of connecting to your higher self and the universe, and just this source that's so much greater than you, that has so many, not greater than you, but a greater aspect of you that holds all the answers, that knows where every path leads, and it's gonna put you at the right one. That's gonna lead to a lot of expansion and success. The Six of Wands is like people looking up to you, you accomplishing what you set out to do, you getting to the point where you feel like, wow, I did it. Like, it feels very good to achieve this. And you're gonna get recognized for it. So I hope this is making sense. I don't know how. It does feel like it's very different for all of you, or else like there would have been some specific message as to what this is, where this path leads. But you guys are all, or if this resonates, all starting something new because the universe caused something to fall apart in order to help you. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So for a lot of you, this could be a job, or like you may have something happen with your place of work, and maybe now you kind of are making the decision, like you've always had this idea, wanted to start something on your own, and you're making the decision to follow it and to actually do it instead of dreaming of it. And that might be why, you know, you don't see results right away, because you're building something from ground up. You have, you know, Aries, you're the first sign. You're here to explore, to create, to plant those seeds and watch them bloom. But it's like you have to actively water it, you know, check the environment, check up on it. It feels like you actually, oftentimes with manifestation, it really is about aligning energetically, and the action part is only a small part of the process. But for you, it feels like the action part is the most significant. So you have to actually take steps towards whatever this is that you guys are trying to achieve, and this end point that you're trying to get at. You have to take steps down this path, even if you don't see anything happening right away. Have faith, trust yourself, know that you're going to get to where you're being shown, like whatever it is that your intuition is telling you you're going to achieve, you will. But you have to have faith. For a lot of you, this does feel like it has to do with your financial situation, with your second house energy, your material goods, your income, or your 10th house, your career. It could even be that you're really like fully switching paths. Like you were walking the complete opposite way of your destiny and you're making a full 180. We have the Four of Cups and the Tower. So again, this is a blessing from the universe, and it feels like some of you need to be reminded of that, because it's draining when it's exhausting and stressful when you're thrown out of your comfort zone and are forced to kind of build things back up. You have this tower moment where everything falls apart and now you have to rebuild. Like, that's not an easy process. But if you think about it, whatever this is that fell apart, you weren't happy with it anymore. It wasn't, you were just going through the motions. It wasn't adding to your life. It wasn't exciting you. Bottom of the deck, the Ten of Wands. It was actually becoming more of a burden. Like, it just feels like you kind of wake up and do what you have to do instead of, being excited about it. Having that fire lit within you. You guys need that. You need that excitement and that passion for everything in your life. You can't just have comfort. Isn't what you're meant to be experiencing. You're meant to create, to build. You have these brilliant ideas and you're meant to bring them to life. Also, I don't know why, you could try like a way to help is using colors, right? Surrounding yourself with red energy, passion, action, that root chakra energy of like building in the 3D world, starting something from new and watching it blossom and trusting the process, trusting that that seed is going to bloom into a flower or a tree. You're going to get to where you're walking towards and you're moving towards. But again, just have faith and know that this you'll look back and see this ending and this tower moment as the greatest blessing of your life. We have the Emperor and Strength. So, and the Ace of Swords. Definitely, you guys, if you're thinking about starting a business, if you've always dreamt of doing something on your own, and this has to do with your finances, for, I want to say 90% of you, you may have always wanted to start some sort of business, work, be self-employed, or like move to a completely new place where your dream job is. Do that. This is the time to start that journey. Things fell apart so you could, it's like you have no more excuses. Everything about you, your intuition is calling you to this path and to this new adventure and this new journey, and know that you have everything it takes. There isn't one thing that you lack, that you need. It's like you have all the pieces of the puzzle and you just have to start putting them together. And again, like at first, you put the pieces next to each other and it doesn't look like anything, but eventually, you start seeing the vision come to life, the image come to life. And with the Ace of Swords, this is something that you're building from new, an idea that you have that feels very unique. And you've always known that this has so much potential, but you've never had the time to actually do something about it. And now is the time. This is this tower moment, this Five of Swords, this thing that fell apart happened so you could build something new back up. And again, just remember, anything, like even construction, it takes time before, you know, all those pieces turn into a home. But you will achieve the success. This is something that's gonna actually be much more successful than you even imagine. There's something very significant, and again, it's like an idea that really no one else has had, or at least no one else has acted on. It's very unique, and because of that, it's going to be extremely successful. But yeah, trust your intuition, follow your heart, follow that fire. If it feels good, like you feel like, I just know this is gonna work, this is what I'm meant to be doing, I'm so excited about this, I trust it, I know this is something very, very special that's gonna be a success. Always hold on to that faith and hold on to that vision, even when things don't look like the final image. Every step you take has value and is moving one step closer to this success. All right, Aries, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.